What's going on, guys? I consider myself a jack of all trades, but my name's Jeff, so welcome back to Jeff of All Trades. I'm going to the range today, so I figured I would walk you guys through what I bring in a range bag. If it's more than what you bring, less than what you bring, if you're surprised by some of the items that I do bring, and maybe a few tips along the way. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is going to be a quick video, but this is what I typically bring to the range. Of course, I'm going to pick out my guns and everything else. We'll go through those in a minute, but I'm just going to go through these items here, why I bring them, why I think that they're important to bring. So get the most important ones, obvious ones out of the question. Safety glasses. I always bring two pair with me, one for me and one for somebody else if they end up showing up. I always bring hearing protection. This is the wireless earbuds from Axil. They're phenomenal. I have a video coming out on these soon, as well as the GS Extreme 2, which is also shooting, just hearing protection, general noise canceling. I really like these instead of the foamies because these here, Axil protection, you can leave them in, still have a conversation when you shoot, you have the protection that you need. So I really enjoy these a lot. You'll see a video on that soon. I always bring a razor blade with me, just because you never know. Targets that are not in this picture, I do bring regular paper targets with me. Sometimes I'll bring the sticker ones or just the regular paper ones. So with targets, you need to have a way to hold them up. Some people bring staple guns, but I feel duct tape, especially this Gorilla Tape here, is best for me just because it sticks onto anything. You can put it on a tree, put it on a piece of cardboard. Those rubber mats they have, this tape sticks really well, comes off if it needs to, and it's going to hold the target. Especially in some wind. Staple guns, I don't know, not really a fan of them. Next thing is a holster. I don't always use it, but I always bring it with me for the weapon that I'm going to be training with because it's nice to be able to put your gun at your side instead of leave it at the table or leave it in a bag. It's nice to just holster it, take it with you when you go and check your targets, or if you want to do holster training, you have that with you as well. It doesn't take up much room, so go ahead and put it in the bag. Another thing I bring is just some accessories. This is the 9x19 barrel. I usually bring a few of these just to try them out. If I don't have a threaded barrel on my gun, I'll bring one with me in case I want to test some compensators, which I would also pack, or the suppressor, which I would also pack. Today I'm not going to be shooting the suppressor, so I'm not bringing it, but I am going to bring this barrel just in case I wanted to try out something else on the weapon. Ammo. It's always a good idea to bring ammo. A lot of people have the traditional ammo boxes that they bring. I like to take all the ammo and pour it into a container like this. I feel like it's easier to get it out one by one, 10, whatever you want to do. It's easier to grab a handful and load your magazine than it is to have that cardboard box, slide it out, pull them out one by one. I take those boxes, pour them into a nice container here, put the lid on it, and then it's good to go. I mean, these are a dime a dozen at any of the grocery stores that you go to. So just a regular Tupperware container to hold all my bulk ammo. Another thing that I bring that's very important, I have a lot of red dot sights. I have a lot of Mantis training tools that I use. The Torex requires this. A lot of my red dots require the CR2032. I always make sure that I bring a few batteries with me because by the time I get to the range, I'm ready to shoot. If I hold up that gun and the red dot's not working or my training is not going to be working, I'm not going to be very happy. So throw a few of these in the bag, you'll be good to go for the day. And then of course, just some miscellaneous tools here. So you got your standard and metric Allen wrenches. If you own a gun and you're watching this video, which most of you are, I would assume that you know how important these can be with red dot sights and accessories. If something comes loose on the range, anything like that, you want to make sure you have everything possible. What you could do is just find the one that most guns use, like this one here, or your 5/64ths. These are the most important ones. You could pull these out and just pack these, but as you could imagine, if you're going to pack just two Allen wrenches, they're going to get lost in your bag. They're going to be hard to find. So I like to keep everything together, and you never know if you're shooting multiple weapons, if there's somebody else at the range that might need a tool, they don't have it. It's just a nice thing to have, and it keeps everything organized. When you're looking for an Allen wrench, you grab the entire thing out of your bag, you know where it is, nothing's going to get lost, and then you can fix something if it should break at the range. Last thing, similar idea, a little screwdriver. So this is obviously a very small Phillips, same reason. Anything that comes loose on the gun, you need to have a screwdriver to be able to fix that item. The last thing you want is to be on the range have something go wrong and you can't fix it. So bring something along with you, something small, compact, that you can fix your weapon if you need to. And needle nose pliers. These are for if a casing gets stuck. My father and I make our own ammo. So if a casing gets stuck or if something happens in the gun where you have to pull something out in order to continue functioning, if you can't get the gun apart and you need to reach in there to grab something, I do use these. I don't use them frequently because they're metal. I don't want to scratch anything inside the gun. I don't want to break anything, but in dire need, I would rather fix it in the field or at the shooting range rather than have to come home from the shooting range to get something fixed when all I had to do was bring a pair of needle nose pliers. So now the more fun part, the guns, and how are you going to bring those? Well, obviously you got to bring guns to the range. The way that I do it is I use a gun case like this. So this is Gun Guard. It doesn't have to be a gun case. This is a little bit overkill for what I do, but I've had it for a long time. I can put all of my guns in there, which is very nice. You can see the discoloration. I've had this for a while, but you can put all the guns in there. They're going to be safe. Nothing's going to get scratched or anything like that. So it's going to keep your red dots safe. This one is actually really cool because it has these perforations in here where you can just rip out what you need. Put your magazines in here if you want to. Put your guns in here and you can fit them out for whatever your gun style looks like. This one that was in here previously had a wider handle, but obviously it'll work for any pistol that you put in here. The other cool thing is that it has multiple layers to it, so you can go as deep or as shallow as you want. So this one's fully customizable. You can get cheaper ones that are the same way. You can get gun cases, carrying cases like this that are $80 to $100 that are already pre-cut out. So there's 100 different options on the market. Again, this one's a little bit overkill. It's drop proof, shock proof, you know, it's weatherproof with everything else. But I've had it for a very long time, so I continue to use it. If I'm not going to use this, all I do is throw the guns in the bag. There's 100 reasons of why you wouldn't want this and 100 reasons why you would. So this is always an option if you're going to be going to the range. Last but not least, the bag to bring it all with you. This is a little bit overkill, but if you want to bring everything with you, a bag like this is very nice. I'll back you up and show you what this bag looks like. So now it's got all the pockets you could want on it. You got deep pockets on the front here. You have your zipper pouch in the back, big zipper on the side, small utility zipper on the other side, and then this in here. So inside here is where you can put all of your guns. I'll often take a pistol with me and I'll just slide it in this here. That'll keep it nice and safe. Then you can also take another pistol. You can put it in the other side here and you'll be safe there as well. You can put all your ammo and accessories in here in the bottom. As long as you don't overfill it, this bag is not very heavy, but I really like that you have multiple places you can put things. Another thing that I'll do if I'm bringing a weapon with me and I'm not bringing the weapons case is I'll just take a pistol, wrap it up in a towel, or just take the pistol and throw it in there. Empty, so everybody knows. But you can just put this in here and it's not going to cause any damage. You're not throwing it in there with a bunch of screws and rocks, so I really wouldn't worry about it that much. That is okay as long as the weapon is cleared, safe. You can even put a flag in it. So anybody that opens up this bag at the range, if they're with you, friends, family, they know that that gun is clear. So that's always an option as well. Something I really like about this bag is the other pocket though. So let's switch that around and show you. Now this pocket here is my favorite pocket, and this is for all of your magazines. I saw a video once, I don't remember who it was by, John Lovell maybe, I can't remember who it was, but they said when you go to the range, you should save as much time as possible and be as prepared as possible to get as much shooting time as you can. Having your magazines set, loaded, and ready to go is a great way to do that. So any gun that you're bringing with you, you can have your magazines, you can have them all lined up in here, loaded and ready to shoot. And then you'll be able to go out to the range and save all your time by actually shooting rather than loading your magazine. So before you go, make sure everything's ready and make sure everything is loaded. Make sure you have all your targets and don't forget anything. That's why bringing all those tools with you is so important. The last thing you want to happen is to be on the range, something breaks, and you can't fix it and you have to go home. You already made the drive out there, you really want to shoot, make sure you can shoot. That's all I got for you today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you have in your range bag, and as always, be safe. I'll see you in the next one.